What's up, guys, and welcome to my audio react tutorial. Got a request to do this one, so I'm going to walk you guys through exactly how I get it done. As you can see, this one has turned out okay, but it's really just dependent on the song that you pick. So don't think that it's not going to look any better than this, because it all depends on you. But let's go ahead and get into it here. Alright, guys, as you can see here, I've got my blank composition. First thing I'm going to do is drag in the background. Scale that up because it's a little too small. Okay, and then next thing I'll do is bring this into a new composition. Go Control Shift C. Make background. Okay, and then let's go into that composition. Go ahead and double click on it, and then first thing we're gonna do is add the waveform that I put on the water there. So let's hit Control Y and just name it waves or whatever you want. Doesn't matter the color either. Let's go to effect. No. Let's just type it in. It's a lot quicker. I'm going to type in audio spectrum. And this is not a plugin. This is like part of After Effects. Alright. So we got our these little dots right here are going to be the waveform. But first thing we need to do is change the shape of it, and what you can do there is create a mask and then make it lay on that mask. So let's go ahead and tap G, or you can just click the pen tool up there, and then let's draw a mask that's along the water there. Okay, there. Exactly perfect, just a tutorial. Alright, so that's fine. You don't have to close it off, it's all you have to do there. So then once you've got the mask drawn, you go in change the path to the mask 1. And then I'll zoom in so you can see this. You got the dots laying on the mask. Adjust it just a little bit. Okay, so now let's let's add the audio into this composition so that the spectrum has something to react to. So let's go back to our main comp and copy the audio, hit Control C, and then just Control V. Okay, so let's go back to our waves and change the audio layer to Misogi Either. That's the song I'm using. Alright, so this mask is just a little off. Okay, so that's fine. So now it's reacting just a little bit to the song that we chose. So now what we're gonna want to do is change the maximum height, bring that way up. Okay, and then change the start frequency. So I kind of want, let's see, I want the height to be towards the middle a little bit. So that should be alright there. And then the frequency bands, let's bring that up to like 2500. Okay, so now it looks maybe a little higher, like 3000. Alright, so now we've got it where we want and the shape we want. But here, let's bring this. I don't know if I want it sticking out right there. It should be alright though. Next thing I would do is change the color. I'm just gonna do like a red there. Okay, so we've got that red color there. Oh yeah, so the sides. So it's reacting on both sides of it right now. Just if you want to do just one side, just go down to side options and then side A. That's simple. And then that should be it for the background right now. Alright, so let's go back to our main comp and let's add in my logo. Base logo. Scale it down to 50. Okay. So next where it gets a little complicated, but I'll do my best to explain it. What we're gonna do is right click on our song and go to keyframe assistant and convert audio to keyframes. Okay, so now we've got another layer that if you tap U on it, it has all these keyframes and what those are. I'll show you. If you go back to the audio and double tap L, it's every single time this goes up and down, there's a keyframe for it. So it also splits into different channels, but we only need the both channels, so you can delete the left and right channel. Okay, you know, I'm gonna change this layer's name to bass. This is gonna be where we're gonna react our bass, make our logo react to the bass part of the song. So in order to do that, excuse me, you're going to want to hold Alt and click on the stopwatch, and then, nope, hold on. Before you do that, let's zoom in. And then change to the graph editor. Okay. So now you see all these little values, and these high peaks and low valleys are going to be bass hits. So what you're going to do is, you know, find a spot that has a decent, here, let's listen to it real quick. Has a decent amount of sound and a bass hit, so you can gauge what your range is going to be when we put in these expression values. So hold on, let's listen. Okay, so it is when the bass hits, so, or when the drop hits. So let's go about there and look at the values. So the bottom of it goes around 30, let's see, 28, 30. Okay, and then it goes up to around 69, 70. And then the average here for all these is probably around like 60. So what do we want to do? We want it to react to the bass hit more than anything, but we do kind of want it to react to these as well. So let's change this value. We're going to change the expression tool. So let's type in linear, open parentheses, value, comma, and then the first number is going to be your low for your range. So the low, let's do like, I'm thinking around 30. 30. Yeah, let's try 30. And then for the high, let's go 70. Okay, and since this is what we're going to parent this to is the scale. So we changed the scale of the logo to 50. So the first number here is going to be 50. So that's the normal scale of the logo. And then the next is going to be the max height that it's going to scale whenever the waveform gets to 70, or at least close to 70. So the next number, let's go to 65. So it's like a 15% scale whenever the bass hits. Okay, so now we've got our expression set up, but now let's go to our logo and then tap S. So we have the stopwatch ready for us to hit Alt click, and you've got this little tool, I think it's called the quick whip tool or something like that, but you click on it like you're going to parent, and then, well, we are going to parent, and then parent it to the slider. Okay, so now our scale is parented to the waveform there. Let's look at that. Let me change my quality, it's a little low. Okay, I think the lower value might be a little too low because it's reacting a little bit too much. So let's change that to like 35. Like I said, you guys can play with this however you like. I'm just going to show you how the expression works to do audio react. Now, it all depends on the song you pick and etc. How they mastered the song, you know. Okay, that's alright for now. So the next thing I'm going to show you how to do is the brightness, which is the same concept, but what we need to do is create another audio, what's it called? Let's just go to it. Right click, keyframe assistant, another keyframe layer. So once we got the new layer, let's bring it down. Excuse me. And then I'm gonna change the name to brightness, just so we don't get mixed up. And then we're going to delete left and right channel. And let's hit our graph editor. And you know what, the numbers should be about the same as the base. So let's try putting around the same numbers in here. Value, comma. What was it, like 35? You know what, for brightness you do one a little lower. So we are gonna go to 30, then to 70. And then so this is where you want to think about how high the values go for the effect brightness in After Effects, and the highest it goes to is 150 to negative 150. So we want to go from 0 to, let's just say 130, 120, whatever. Close parentheses, and then click off of it, and now the expression is done. All we need to do is add add brightness to our background, and then parent it to this waveform. So let's go ahead and add, let's just do it this way. Brightness, contrast, and then let's hit the keyframe button so it's quicker to get to the use tab U and get to the stopwatch, and then hold Alt click, and then parent it, use the quick whip tool to parent it to the slider, and then see what that did. Okay. Okay, that's pretty much the basics of it. And the last thing I did with the example I showed you earlier is I just added some motion to it just to give it more life. Motion tile. Add that onto the background. Mirror edge, output height and width, just bring it up. And then I added wiggle. Position. Background. I'm gonna scale it up some. Just because, the only reason I'm scaling it up, I'll show you, is because this right here, it just looked funny. So, then, oh yeah, then I added wiggle onto Ace as well. I'm gonna bring up the wiggle on the background a little higher than normal, just because it's kind of fun. But as far as I know, I don't know if there's a way to make an audio react just to certain, like, not channels. I think you call them lanes or something like that. So like, audio is created in like a bass lane, treble, and then left and right channels. And I don't think there's a way to like just do like the clicks or the hats and claps of the song. But if there's a way, let me know, because I just do that manually. I just take a solid and just duplicate it over and over and over to the timing of the song. So but let me know if you know a better way. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, as you can see, the Ace is pretty jumpy, but I mean, you know, just play with it however you like. Other than that, I mean, that's pretty much all I use when it comes to audio react. So leave a like if I did a good job. I did my best anyway, and I'll see you next week.